about the differences of commodities versus securities. And here's what he told us in terms of oversight there. Watch this.
For too long, we've had the Gary Genslers of the world regulating by enforcement, claiming that every digital asset is a security. And Chairman Paul Atkins and I really disagree with that view. We believe that most crypto assets in the markets today are commodities. These are digital assets that maybe were issued as part of a securities transaction, but they trade a lot like oil, gas, and other commodities in our markets. And the information that is prevalent to and important to trading these assets comes from the markets at large. It's not coming from a single source of information, as you see with the capital markets with an issuer. And so we need to build markets that allow for these assets to trade with clear rules of the road, and we can't regulate by enforcement anymore.
And Mr. Chairman, I think that's why the Genius Act was celebrated so much, because you did make a clear delineation of what is a commodity and what is a security. So talk to us about how we should look at that and what specific differences you have identified.
Yeah, well, so so the Genius Act was great. It focused on stable coins and put them squarely in the banking sector. So my good friend and controller of the currency, Jonathan Gould, is working diligently on coming up with that regulatory framework for stable coins. With respect to other sorts of things, I gave a speech a few months ago delineating what we are going to be working on and coming out with here shortly is a taxonomy, so-called, as to what are digital commodities versus tokenized securities, so we can give clarity to the marketplace as to what it is, and end, as Chairman Selig was talking about, end the regulation through enforcement that has so long bedeviled this whole area of financial services, even predating the whole crypto world and going back, to decades, as between, what's in the CFTC realm, what's in the SEC's realm. So there are digital commodities and digital tools and digital collectibles that we have described and will be outlining in regulation. And then we have tokenized securities. So the first three clearly within the CFTC's rule remit, and then tokenized securities in the SEC's remit. So this is one of maybe the only time that a regulatory agency is voluntarily ceding clear jurisdiction to another regulatory agency. But again, we are out to harmonize the rules as between the SEC and the CFTC, giving clarity